in my cup, mixed with that wine, sour in my blunt. That's your Zodiac fine. I don't give a fuck if you rep them dollar signs. Go and put them up.
This your boy Block's gonna hit with my main man N.O.R.E. Me and N.O.R.E. go back, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
nice
sir.
to see
My
you
dude,
again.
good
Nice
to see you, sir.
Yo, I remember sitting in the listening session for the CNN album, and you was already talking about the solo album and everything. I'm just gonna do the solo album.
Right.
And now it's finally here. Like, what was it like working on this album and crafting it?
Technically, this is my first solo album since I left Def Jam, technically, and that's why I took probably, a lot of people might say 6 years, but I kept changing the title. Like at first it was called N.O.R.E. Part 2, then it was called Born Again, then it was called Super Thug, and then I wanted to have a humbling title because the music that I started to make was so aggressive. Like a lot of people say to me, they say, "You're an OG, you're a legend. How could you be a student?" And it's simple because I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? But when you listen to the music, you're gonna be like, "Damn, he's more teaching." Like when you hear the joints with like me and Lars Professor, or the joints with me and the me and Traj and Havoc joint, Camouflage Unicorns, or the me and Pete Rock joint, or even the Faces of Death joint, you could tell that I'm showing the new generation that that's how hip hop sounded when I was coming up. Yeah. So I'm teaching it in that respect.
How about your kids too? How do you mix your kids and the hip hop shit together too?
I don't, man. I try not to. Now I don't tell them, to listen to hip hop. But if I catch them listening to hip hop, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like my son really put me on to Chief Keef. Like he really did. My son, I caught him listening to it. I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Because it was the wrong version. And he was like, "Dad, I know you want me to listen to the clean version," but he had used my iTunes account and bought the dirty. I was like, "Nah." The next day, I believe I bought him the clean, but I went and got him the CD, and so in his little stereo, and I'm not opposed to it. He got the clean version. It's whatever, you know what I mean? And he actually put me on to him.
Leg out. Fast car, top down. Do she know how I like it? Top down, red top, red bottoms. What up with Ching Bing? The feds try to ride them.
New York is making a comeback. Like, New York never really fell off, but New York is making a comeback. You got French Montana, you got ASAP, and Nicki Minaj. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like New York's gonna get a resurrection, per se?
I feel like our biggest quality for us, not to be back in the game, but for us, is to respect each other. Like, one of the biggest things that I realized, following rock and roll and following jazz and following different genres of music is like, you'll have 2 or 3 artists go out on tour in hip hop. In jazz and rock and roll, it'd be 20 acts on a fucking bill. Like, they do a fucking equivalent to a summer jam on a tour every single night. And hip hop, we just don't do that. It's like, "Yo, Blog, me and you are cool. You wanna go on tour?" But we don't say, "Yo, let's go get homie from over there and homie from over there." And you know what? Maybe we could get, I think that's the thing, is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's never actually seen a New York tour. Nobody's never seen a Queens tour or Brooklyn tour.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like, people just gotta put their thing aside. And if we start to show more unity, because that's really what killed it, is the South. Not that they was making phenomenal music, although they were, but that's not the point why they was on top. The point that they was on top is that Southern hospitality actually is a real thing.
Nigga, since day one, just ask. G-Shock watch flooded with the black diamonds. Louboutins with the spikes is for weirdos. I'm a hood nigga, I don't wear those.
What was it like when you called Wayne to get on She Tried?
Wayne is my man. Like I said, I've been working with Lil Wayne since 1999, since Melvin Flynn album. I had the whole Cash Money on a cut. I had just recently worked with him on a joint, him and Pharrell, called Finito. And Wayne was clear that was for my mixtape. It wasn't a real album joint. So I told him, I said, "Yo, it's time for the album." So he was like, "Send it." You know what I'm saying? Wayne is the easiest dude to work with. So I sent it, and he called me. I spoke to his peoples And what he said was some shit, but I can't reveal it. It was some real funny shit, you know what I mean? But he's a student of the game. Yeah. Like Wayne knows hip hop. Like people like look at him and you know he got on the funny pants or whatever. But he's 100% pure hip hop. Like when you sit down and have a conversation with him and the shit that he listened to, and you know he's really playing UGK. Like you like, yo, would you listen? He's really listening to UGK. Like for the South, that's equivalent to being MOP or Mobb Deep or Wu-Tang. And like to see how much he's a student of the game, it always shocks me. Hang said, Grizz, your boy N.O.R.E. keeping the percolator around the corner from the 9. You heard, keeping the fire hydrant on the water under the bridge, and that equals figure smell that. You feel me? It's going down global grind, you know what I mean? My boy Blockzilla, you know what I'm saying? You know, he runs this shit. Rush, you got the best dude in the world running it. It's going down global grind, N.O.R.E. Bangata, B-A-P-I, it's going down, student of the game. Make sure you get it before you split it, you know what I mean? You gotta get it before you hit it. You understand what I'm saying? N.O.R.E. Bangata.